Right, hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new lesson, and in today's lesson I'm going to give you 5 things that are going to help you hit better iron shots. We all want to get the middle, we all want to hit more greens. This is the lesson for you to do that. Let's jump in right now. So that pure iron strike, we're all looking for it, and if we can get it, what we would generally see, we're hitting more greens, we're going to be hitting it a little bit further, we'll probably have a better control over the shape of the golf ball, and ultimately we'll probably see our scores come down. So it is something that if we can get right, we'll generally see big benefits from. And what I see from a lot of my students is that we can box them off into categories generally. When we see that they're not quite getting what we want, we see that they're maybe misstriking it, maybe that the face is too open, maybe that the swing is too long. But I'm going to give you 3 things here technically wise that you can do, and then 2 in terms of strategic play with your irons that will help you be a better iron player. Okay, so the first thing is all about balance. Can we get the right balance? Because if we're too much in the toes, and you've probably either feel this yourself or tag a friend down below in the comments who is someone who, when they swing, they always look like they're falling into the toes, or vice versa, they look like they're about to fall backwards as they're hitting the shot. You're dragging the sweet spot of the golf club away from the golf ball, so you're never really going to get that middle shot. And a real simple drill that you can do to help you get better balance each time as you stand to it, if I were to just align myself now and feel that I'm stood to it in a good composed manner, feeling nice and athletic, and then I just pop this cane underneath my feet now so it's right on the bridges of my feet, what I should feel as I stand to it now is that almost all my weight, all my power is going straight down into the cane. I shouldn't feel like it's going out in front of the cane too much, or vice versa. I shouldn't feel like it's going back behind the cane too much, because if I were, let's say, back behind it, as soon as I swing back, I'll stand up out of my posture, all in an aid to see that I don't fall over. And vice versa, if I was too much in the toes, I would start to do the same thing of thrusting my hips forward, all in an aid to try and keep that balance. So what I'd like you to do, like I say, is place this cane in the middle of your stance there, right in the bridges of your feet, and feel that you are 50-50 as you stand on it. Then as we go through the swing, get up to the top and almost have a little bouncing feeling and feel that we are still on top of this cane here. I've not moved excessively over into the trail side and moved off it, feel like my lead foot's come off too much. I've not moved into my heels excessively or my toes excessively. And then as I go through, I push down into that cane, and then as I come through and extend onto that lead foot, again I want to feel that my weight is nicely centered over it. I don't want to be leaning one or the other way. So let's give that a quick go and see if we get that pure strike. So nice and balanced over it. And I absolutely crushed that one there. Beautiful. Really, really nice strike as we go through. Okay, so tip number 2, we've probably all got a friend that when they are swinging the golf club, we actually think that they're going to do themselves some damage because they're trying to overswing everything and get the maximum out of that backswing, and we see that they get really detached, really disconnected, and they're going too long. So when they come down from transition into downswing, they've got no control of the golf swing whatsoever. If we looked on tour, what we would see is very much that most players now have what I call a 3/4 connected swing, and a great way for you to get this feeling is to make some practice swing with a towel just pinned under your armpits like so. If you were to go too long and get really long here, we're going to drop the towel, we're not going to be connected. What we want to try and feel is that we can make the complete golf swing and maybe just let it go after we get through impact. But we want to make the golf swing where I can feel a bit shorter, and even there I've let it go there because I wasn't connected. I want to feel that I can keep my connection, and it'll feel very restricted as you do it, so it'll get your body turning a bit more and you'll look a little bit more 3/4 as you do it. Once you've had some swings and you can feel that you get into this position up at the top where you've got your body turning and you feel nice and connected in that shorter swing. From there then we're going to use the torso to get through and hit the shots. Like I say, it will feel very connected. Maybe just using the towel under the trail arm to start off with, like so. If it was here, will still help us, even a drive cover or something will still help us get that shorter connected backswing and feel that we get that better strike. So let's give that one a go. So we want to feel this connection. We don't going to get really long and really out of control. I want to feel like I'm in ultimate control and use my body and not swinging my arms too long. Okay, so your third technical tip that I want to get you. We've probably got a friend again who would probably class as a bit of a back foot player. And what I mean by that is when they're going through the golf swing, they always finish on that back foot. They're always stepping away from the golf ball. We never actually see them looking like we do on TV with a really nice pose. It always looks like they're putting a lot of strain into that trail leg and almost just sitting back as they've hit and watched that shot. And they're probably getting a lot of heavy shots and a lot of thin shots as they do that, because they're not getting the correct weight transfer as we're going through. A critical part of striking your irons correctly is making sure we're able to transfer pressure throughout the golf swing and get into that lead side and finish in that balanced manner like we saw from tip 1. But if you're someone who's moving that weight and pressure back into that trail foot a lot of the time, you're not going to be getting the club bottomed out at the right part, because that's what it's all about, getting that club to bottom out at the right point of your arc to get that crisp strike. So if you are someone who struggles with this, the big feeling that I want you to take, if we were to just stand with the cane now on the outside of my stance here, I want you to try and imagine that you're going to turn your shoulders and your hips totally onto the cane here. Almost feel that you're leaning over it a little bit as we get through. We don't want to be feeling that we're leant back from this cane here. We want to make the swing and turn over the cane as we get through, and that should see that we're getting the weight transferred in the right manner and get us that nice crisp clean strike. So let's go again with this one. Get my body over that cane in this nice manner. And that was my best one of them all there. So guys, if you're enjoying this video as well, do remember, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell notifications so you get your free golf lessons every week. Let's take a look at the 4th and the 5th bits of information for you. As you can probably tell, it's getting a little bit dark out here on the last night that we go in before lockdown. And this is a great thing actually, because what I want you to imagine doing is, imagine that you were playing in darkness and you could only just make out the shape of the green. You knew roughly where it was by the bunkers, where you could see roughly the middle of the green, and imagine that you were playing to that every time. We want to imagine that there's no flag on the green, because that feeds in nicely to tip 5 as well. I've lasered what would be the flag, and I know that it is 162 yards for me. So my 8-iron goes 165. So knowing my yardages is going to help me with that 4th tip as well, because I can trust if I hit a good 8-iron and aim directly at the middle of the green and make a pretty decent swing, it'll be on the green. If I was aiming tight towards a flag on the left and I didn't quite get it, I'm not sure. I might not cover the distance that I was hoping to get because I didn't really know my yardage. And also, if I tweaked it a little bit where the flag is, I might end up in a really sticky situation. So imagine playing if there were no flags out on the green, or you were playing in darkness and there was just a circle of lights around the green. All you want to try and do is drop the ball into the middle of there, and you're going to do it by that 5th tip, knowing your yardages. It might be going down to the driving range and just taking an average of 5 shots on a top tracer, or going with someone who's got a GPS, or going to a pro who's got a simulator service. But if you can get to know even probably the bottom end of your bag, your 6, 7, 8, 9-iron, and then your wedges, it's really going to help you out there. So let's finish off with one shot here. I know my yardage. I'm taking dead aim at the middle of the green. It was a sweet strike. And that is Bob on the green. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson this week. If you have, do remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Share this with a friend as well who needs some help puring their irons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.